Well, hello, Arrow of Light Scouts. My name is Carl, and we're here today to talk a little bit about the Arrow of Light adventure, Building a Better World. This is one of the required adventures for the Arrow of Light Scouts in order to complete your rank. Uh, we're going to divide this particular adventure into three parts. Part one is going to be this section, and it will deal with requirement one in your Webelos handbook. Requirement one is to learn a little bit of history about the U.S. flag, how to properly display it, and then to be a part of a flag ceremony. Of course, we won't be able to do the flag ceremony uh, during this video. You'll have to find an opportunity to participate in one, and perhaps you already have. Uh, we will be showing a flag raising and a flag lowering at the end of this video. So it will be a part of what we have in this session. We want to start as requirement one is indicated, with a little history of the American flag. Now, I have a brief presentation here, and so let me pull that presentation up. So we're going to talk about historic flags of the United States. One of the earliest animal emblems of the Americas, even before the Revolutionary War, was the rattlesnake. Colonel Christopher Gadsden of South Carolina had seen and liked a bright yellow banner with a hissing, coiled rattlesnake rising up in the center, and beneath the serpent the words, "Don't tread on me." A similar flag, known as the striped rattlesnake flag, was one of the first flags flown by the Continental Navy. Now known as the First Navy Jack, in 2002, the Secretary of the Navy ordered this flag to be flown on all U.S. Navy ships during the War on Terror. So you can see this flag has had a long-standing tradition with the U.S. military, especially the Navy. Perhaps the most famous of the Revolutionary War flags is the Betsy Ross flag. However, there is no record that this flag actually was displayed during the war. A variety of other flag designs did appear on the battlefields of the colonies during the war. You'll see some of those actually displayed and talked about in your Webelos handbook. It was on June 14, 1777, that the Continental Congress adopted the following: resolved that the flag of the United States be 13 stripes, alternate red and white, that the Union be 13 stars, white in a blue field, representing a new constellation. After the Revolutionary War, a variety of 13 star flags were used. There was no standard design. Once the Constitution was adopted and our representative republic was created, it was decided that as new states were added to the Union, the design of the flag was modified. In fact, in 1791, Vermont became the 14th state, and in 1792, Kentucky became the 15th state. Which brings us to the famous flag we honor with our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. During the War of 1812, the commander of Fort McHenry had a very large flag made, commonly known as a storm flag, so the flag could be seen at a great distance. It was this flag that was flying over the fort in Baltimore Harbor when a lawyer named Francis Scott Key was rowed out to a British warship to secure the release of a friend who was captured by the British. Key and his friend were unable to return to shore before the British fleet began their bombardment of Fort McHenry. All night, Key sat on this British warship as bombs and rockets were fired at the fort, and the British tried to land some troops near the fort in an effort to capture the fort. As the sun began to rise and the early morning fog and the smoke of the cannons began to clear, Key was able to see that large flag still flying over the fort. The sight inspired Key to write a poem which became the words of our national anthem. That flag was unique and the last of its kind in our flag history. This flag was not just a 15-star flag, but also had 15 stripes. After this design, it was decided that US flags would only have 13 alternating red and white stripes. A star would be added to the blue field for each state. Between 1792 and 1861, there were 19 states added to the Union. With the start of the Civil War, the US flag had 34 stars. Once the war started, Abraham Lincoln said he would not add any new states to the Union until the war ended. However, in 1863, a new state was added to the Union. And what was that state? West Virginia. A 35th star was added to the flag, and this flag was the official US flag until the end of the Civil War. In the 43 years that followed the end of the Civil War, there were 11 more states that joined the Union. The flag now contained 46 stars. The flag was changed in 1912 when the two territories of New Mexico and Arizona were added to the Union, and 2 additional stars were added to the flag just before America entered the War to End All Wars, which we now refer to as World War I. This 48-star flag was our official flag for the next 37 years until Alaska and Hawaii were added. On July 4th, 1960, the 50-star flag was displayed. And for the past 60 years, this flag has been the symbol of our country. This design has served the longest period of time of any previous flag designs. And it's, of course, the flag we have today. Now, let's talk a little bit about the flags that are represented here in our district. The 15th state was Kentucky. And actually, Kentucky is a commonwealth, a little different from a state. The flag consists of the Commonwealth's seal on a navy blue field surrounded by the words Commonwealth of Kentucky above and sprigs of goldenrod, the state flower, below. The seal depicts a pioneer and a statesman embracing. Popular belief claims that the buckskin-clad man on the left is Daniel Boone, who was largely responsible for the exploration of Kentucky. And the man in the suit on the right is Henry Clay, Kentucky's most famous statesman. However, the official explanation is that the men represent all frontiersmen and statesmen rather than any specific persons. The state motto, "United we stand, divided we fall," circles them. The motto comes from the lyrics of the Liberty Song, a patriotic song from the American Revolution. The 17th state was Ohio. The flag of the state shall be a burgee shaped. So it's not actually a flag as it is a burgee. And you can notice that in the design of the flag itself. It shall have 3 red and 2 white horizontal stripes that represent the roads and waterways of the state. The union of the flag shall be 17 5-pointed stars, white in a blue rectangular field that represents the state's hills and valleys, the base of which shall be the shaft end or vertical edge of the flag, and the apex of which shall be the center of the middle red stripe. The stars shall be grouped around a red disc superimposed upon a white circular O. The 13 stars grouped around the O represent the original states of the United States, and the 4 stars added to the peak of the triangle symbolize that Ohio was the 17th state admitted to the Union. The O represents the O in Ohio and suggests the state's nickname, the Buckeye State. The 35th state, West Virginia. The current state flag of West Virginia consists of a pure white field bordered on 4 sides by a stripe of blue. The white of the field symbolizes purity, while the blue border represents the Union. The center of the state flag is emblazoned with the state's coat of arms, a stylized version of the Great Seal of West Virginia. The lower half of the state flag is wreathed by 2 tethered swags of rhododendron maximum, the state flower of West Virginia. Across the top of the state flag is an unfurled red ribbon with the constitutional designation State of West Virginia. And across the bottom of the state flag is a tied red ribbon with the state's Latin motto, Montani Semper Liberi, which means mountaineers are always free. The state's coat of arms in the center of the flag symbolizes the principal pursuits and resources of West Virginia. In the center is an ivy-draped boulder that has been inscribed June 20, 1863, the date of West Virginia's admission to the Union as a state. In front of the boulder lie 2 crossed hunting rifles and a Phrygian cap, or a cap of liberty, to illustrate the importance of the state's fight for liberty. 2 men, a farmer and a miner, stand on either side of the boulder and represent agriculture and industry. The farmer stands on the left with an axe and plow before a cornstalk. The miner stands on the right with a pickaxe and behind him an anvil and sledgehammer. Now, let's take a few minutes and talk about how to display the United States flag. We can commonly see the US flag displayed over streets in a city, especially on patriotic holidays. The flag, when it's displayed this way, will have the, if it's along the side of the street, as we see here, along this street that's running north and south, the blue field, the canton, which contains the stars, is pointed north. If the street is running east and west, as this street is, then the canton is pointed to the east. If the flag is displayed over the road itself, as we see in these illustrations, then the canton again is on a north-south road is displayed facing the east, and on an east-west road, the canton is pointed north. When displayed with another flag in a cross-staffed manner, such as we see here, the US flag is placed on its right, on the flag's right, uh, looking at it, it would be to your left, and the staff of the US flag would be over top of the staff of the other flag. When displayed on an angled staff, such as from a window or the front of a building, or perhaps like the porch of your home, uh, the the flag is displayed so that again the blue canton is at the peak of the staff, and at the farthest point away from the building. When hung vertically or horizontally against a wall or in a window, the flag must be flat and the union should be uppermost and to the flag's own right. If you were looking at it, it would be to your left. So if the flag was hung vertically, as we see here, then the canton would be to the viewer's left. And if it were hung vertically, as we see illustrated here, the blue field of stars would be toward the top and again to the viewer's left. When flags are displayed outside on separate poles, no state or city flag may be placed higher than the US flag. If the US flag is flying outside with flags of other countries, then all the flags fly at the same height on the same size staffs or flagpoles. If the flag is displayed at night, the flag must be lit. This is very important. Otherwise, the flag is to be lowered at dusk, properly folded and put away for the night, raised at sunrise the next day. So if a flag is to stay up all night and flies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, then the flag must have a light on it to show the flag. If the flag is displayed on a vehicle, the flag should be fixed to the front right fender, as we see illustrated here. Now let's take a couple of minutes and talk about how to fold the flag. There are some instructions in your Webelos handbook about how to fold the flag, and you'll see that those go right along with these illustrations that we're showing here. The first step is to take the flag and hold the flag flat toward the ground, and we hold it about waist high with at least one person holding each end of the flag so that its surface is parallel to the ground. The first fold that's made is to bring the bottom of the flag up to meet the top, with the stripes on top and the blue field on the bottom. We then fold the flag again, as we see in step 3, where again we bring the two outer edges of the flag together. This brings the blue field of stars to one end of the flag on both the top and the bottom of the flag. Beginning on the end of the flag with the stripes, we begin to make triangular folds, and as you see illustrated here, one edge of the folded edge of the flag is taken up to the open edge of the flag to form a triangle. That folding of the triangular shape continues down the length of the flag until the flag is completely folded. And when the flag is completely folded, The only thing that should be visible is a triangle which contains the blue field of stars. That should be all that's visible. Now, often when you get down to this point, the white um, edge of the flag that has the grommets in it that will hold the flag onto the rope of the flagpole may not be uh, folded. In fact, they probably won't be. So you just take those and tuck those in to the edge of the open edge of the flag so that those are that white edge is completely hidden inside the triangle of the flag. Well, that concludes our discussion on the history of the flag and how the flag is supposed to be displayed and how to properly fold the flag. Now we're going to show you, demonstrated by a Boy Scout troop, the proper way to raise and lower the flag, and you'll actually see a flag folding at the conclusion of this flag ceremony. And again, perhaps you've already had an opportunity to be a part of a flag ceremony, which will be great. Otherwise, this is one of the things that you'll need to complete for credit for this particular section of this Arrow of Light advancement.
Color guard, attention. Color guard, forward march. Prepare to post colors. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Scout salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Color guard, reform. Color guard, dismissed. Color guard, attention. Prepare to retrieve the colors. Retrieve the colors. Scout salute. Two. Color guard, reform. Color guard, dismissed.